Hey up, it's me, Jamie Vardy, and I'm having the biggest party of my life, and you're all invited. But can you keep the noise down though? My head is absolutely killing me. Anyways, this has been a crazy year for me and Leicester, but let's go all the way back and tell you my life story from the beginning, before Hollywood gets it on the big screen. I was born on the 11th of January 1987 in Sheffield. My dad Richard walked out on me and my mum when I was still in nappies, and I always called my stepdad Philip Vardy, Dad, and even took his name. So my biological father only found out I was his son when I got famous for banging goals in the Premier League. I was happy growing up and always wanted to be a footballer, but the lowest point in my life was being released by Sheffield Wednesday aged just 16, as they reckoned I was too small to cut it. Anyway, I've gone on to prove them wrong. As I always say, if you chat you will get banged. So I signed for local side Stocksbridge Park Steels, and I did what I always do, worked hard, grafted and scored goals. I broke into the first team and got paid 30 quid a week playing at Brackenmore, Moor, and I had a job making leg splints for disabled people to keep me going during the week. I also had a spot of bother with the law at this point, and I had to wear an electronic tag. It meant that at away matches I often had to be subbed off before the end of the game and driven home to beat my curfew. Anyways, my performances started getting me attention from league clubs. I turned down a short-term deal with Rotherham, and a trial at Crewe didn't work out. Eventually, Halifax Town signed me for £15,000. I scored the winning goal in my first match. By 26 goals in my first season, I was voted Players' Player of the Year. I helped Halifax on to win the league title, Northern Premier League Premier Division that is, in 2010-2011. To put things in perspective, this is 6 leagues below the Premier League. Crazy, huh? But the Jamie Vardy story is always onwards and upwards. After just over a year at Halifax, I moved to conference side Fleetwood Town. Once again, I just played my game, worked hard and scored plenty of goals. And those goals against high division clubs in the FA Cup got me noticed again. After a tie against Blackpool in 2012, which we lost 5-1, Cherries manager Ian Holloway made an on-the-spot offer of £750k, which Fleetwood turned down. This is crazy money for a club like Fleetwood, but I paid back their faith in me by helping them win promotion for the first time in the club's history to the Football League at the end of the 2011-2012 season. I also finished as the conference's top scorer for the season. But then the big time came knocking. Leicester City, down in the Championship, signed me for £1 million plus add-ons, a non-league record. And you know what? I almost proved them right. My form that season at Leicester was poor. There was a bit of a social media campaign against me from the supporters, and I even considered quitting football altogether. Credit to Nigel Pearson though for talking me out of it. But in the 2013-14 season, the old Vardy was back, and I started to show the Leicester League supporters what I was all about. I got 16 goals and helped us win promotion to the Premier League. I was also named Players' Player of the Season, which I think is always the highest compliment you can receive. I made my Premier League debut as a sub against Arsenal in the 2014-15 campaign, but highlights for me were being named Man of the Match for my goal and 3 assists in our famous victory against Manchester United and helping the Cunning Foxes outwit the drop. But this year, bookies had us at 5,000 to 1 to win the league. You could have got better odds on Elvis being found alive or Bono being made Pope, but we did it. We did it. I've scored for England against the world champions Germany, so I fancy my chances in the Euros too. And next season Leicester will be unfancied underdogs in the Champions League, but I reckon we'll prove a few people wrong there as well. Alright Gary? Now has anyone got any f***ing painkillers?